Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. We have a lot to talk about, and it's very, very important to understand exactly how all this Trump Russia nonsense, it's important to understand how all of this has transpired, the beginning, the origins of this. How is it that people, intelligent people, how is it that ordinarily intelligent people believe that Trump worked with Russia to hack the Democratic National Committee because Russia wanted to inform the entire world that Bernie Sanders was cheated? Why would Russia do that if they had a servers that were unencrypted for a short time with top secret and special access program intelligence that were illegally transferred, emails with the most closely guarded United States secrets on Clinton's computer or servers, where the whole planet could easily hack into without the security or firewall or protection of the United States government? Why would they focus on the Democratic National Committee and not Clinton's server? Why would they do that? Number one. Number two, the NSA is still only moderately confident because they never got to touch DNC servers. The next point is that only CrowdStrike is the only company to look at DNC servers. CrowdStrike gave, according to Gizmodo and BuzzFeed and the Daily Beast, BuzzFeed gave pictures and images of the DNC servers, plural. Why should anyone on the planet trust images from a company that was outsourced by Hillary Clinton? But this is what William Barr stated. Look, we know from James Baker, the FBI counsel, we know that the FBI already knew the Steele dossier was completely unverified, a bunch of nonsense, just bogus, completely bogus, complete hogwash, complete rubbish, a tabloid, gossip, hearsay from anonymous sources. We already knew that. They already knew that. The FBI, the DOJ, all of them knew that. Yet they utilized the dossier to start an investigation to get a FISA warrant without telling the judge that Clinton purchased the dossier. Now, how on earth could Trump fire Mueller? He could do so in a second, or William Barr could do so in a second. William Barr testified that he would not carry out an order from Trump to fire Mueller. Wait for it, without cause. Without cause. To my super chat, thank you so very much. You give me every incentive to rock these live streams. So, ladies and gentlemen, the issue here is what would be the cause? If the Mueller probe was an extension of an unlawful, criminal, illegal act, or an overt, blatantly political operation, then all William Barr has to do is say, look, the Mueller probe needs to end. We're going to force him to write his report, and that's it. You cannot have an extension of the Democratic Party through the media, through the government, through Mueller. I mean, it's just too much. You have to. I mean, already okay. Look, it's not gonna. Mitch McConnell is going to get he won't get the 60 votes needed. Probably not going to pass the Senate. But at least he wants to give Trump the funding. The Senate's going to vote. And the Democrats in the Senate are going to say, no, we don't want to give protections for Dreamers. We don't want to help our constituents. We'd rather hurt Trump. And then Pelosi is going to say, well, we're not only are we going to vote against your offer in the Senate, but we're going to not negotiate, which means they're not helping their constituents. But in terms of the Mueller probe, we learned that the origins were criminal, unlawful, illegal, unethical. We already knew that. But now we know from James Baker's testimony. James Baker, by the way, testified that Hillary Clinton should have been indicted. The FBI legal counsel agreed with me in 2016 when I was saying she was going to get indicted. And then people wrote hit pieces on me saying, oh, my God, look how he's a propagandist. Well, hello, you're voting for someone who barely got away with major criminal acts only because everyone at the FBI was pulling for her and couldn't stand Trump and hated Trump. They literally said, we'll stop Trump. She should have been indicted because she intentionally transferred top secret and special access program intelligence. But even if she didn't intentionally, U.S. Code 793F of the Espionage Act, you could be indicted under that. But James Baker, the FBI legal counsel, is now under criminal investigation for leaking information. Andrew McCabe is under criminal investigation now, grand jury investigation, for lying under oath 3 times. Lying under oath, perjury. But we know that Bruce Orr told the FBI James Baker looked over the FISA warrant. And all of them knew that it was outsourced by Hillary Clinton. So how does that work? How does Hillary Clinton begin and start a Russia probe when she's the one who an FBI informant stated the Russians were bragging about? William D. Campbell stated, oh, the Russians were bragging about their influence over Clinton and Obama's administration. Bill Clinton met with Putin at his home outside Moscow, according to Newsweek, while the uranium deal was going down. How do you meet at Putin's home? But you're going to start an investigation because of a dossier that's complete fantasy, but you don't start an investigation when Bill Clinton actually meets with Putin? So you trust Bill Clinton when even the Podesta emails show that Bill Clinton Inc., that he's enriching himself, obviously, from the networking of what should be a charitable organization? You can't do that. That's a criminal act. Raising $10 billion from the suffering of people in Haiti, and then using that money to then, using those connections to then foster new donations. And oh, by the way, every single time donations go into the Clinton Foundation, you get a beneficial outcome for the country or the person or the company that donates. Isn't that what a coincidence? And oh, by the way, Clinton used a private server. Probably had nothing to do with, oh, I don't know, hiding pay-to-play schemes. I know she deleted 33,000 emails. And then she told, Cheryl Mills told somebody to delete emails that were subpoenaed. I mean, it goes on, it never ends. It goes on, it never ends. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Mueller has the opportunity. William Barr testified that he would not carry out an order from Trump to fire Mueller without cause. William Barr knows very well that he knows that he has to placate Democrats. He cannot simply say, yeah, you know what, the whole thing's a sham. He said that he was going to start a Peter Strzok investigation. We already know that. If you look at law, crime, Peter Strzok. William Barr promises Strzok page investigation. William Barr made some big promises to Lindsey Graham, including a Strzok page investigation. This is huge news. When it goes down, you want to watch this channel every single day because I've been saying this forever. The tables are going to turn. And I've been saying this based on public record data. Public record data. During his confirmation hearing before the Senate committee on Tuesday, U.S. Attorney General nominee William Barr made a series of promises to committee chairman Senator Lindsey Graham, including investigations that may be seen as politically motivated. Well, that's the whole thing. See, this is the thing. The entire Trump-Russia myth is purely politically motivated. The definition of politically motivated. Graham began by asking, "Do you know Lisa Page and Peter Strzok?" "I've heard their names," Barr responded, smiling. Graham then read a text message from 2016 that said Trump's not ever going to become, so this is how they said it, Trump's not ever going to become president, right? Right? Right, honey? Right? He's not ever going to become president, pumpkin, is he? Is he, peanut? Is he, my love? And then Strzok responded, the FBI agent Peter Strzok, who worked on the Hillary Clinton email investigation, isn't that funny? Responded by saying, no, we'll stop it. We'll stop it. We'll stop Trump. How do you know that Trump is not ever going to become president, Strzok? How do you know? Jordan Weinberg, Jordan, thank you. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Jordan Weinberg. Thank you. And so Jordan Weinberg, thank you so very much. So yeah, I mean, it's like there's going to be a Strzok and Page investigation. That's going to lead to Andrew McCabe, which will lead to James Baker, which will lead to James Comey, which will lead to Hillary Clinton getting indicted. Clinton is going to get indicted. I have said this thousands of times. I have said this thousands of times. Rumiko! 9/11 grand jury impaneled. Mueller may get his... but thank you. Thank you, Rumiko. Thank you. Well, Mueller, Mueller report is going to, Rumiko, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Rumiko, thank you. And have a wonderful evening. Rumiko, thank you. I don't believe that Mueller is going to just be there forever. You know, I don't think that you're going to have the Mueller report be something that is written from now until eternity. I agree with you. Romiko, thank you so very, very much for your support. I think that eventually, the more they investigate the beginning, the origin of this email probe, the more they realize it was purely politically motivated. It was against the rule of law. It was simply an extension of the Democratic Party trying to protect itself, trying to remain relevant somehow. That would be the evidence needed to just end the Mueller probe. Oh wait, Canadian, as a Canadian, you are rocking that lumberjack. Oh wait, Canadian, Barr will be a positive turn on events. Rumiko, I agree with you. I think Mueller is going to eventually either get fired or be forced to, go to a stationery store, Kinko, something, and get those little glossy covers and hurry up and write the report. Darrell, Pingree, thank you, Darrell. Thank you, Darrell. Thank you very much. Thank you, Darrell. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Rumiko, thank you again. Um, you know, if you watched the Barr, William Barr, everything is prefaced. There's always, he understands legalese. He speaks the attorney language better than anyone. So without cause, without cause. So he made sure to say without cause. The cause is simply this. Barr said, assuming there was no good cause to fire Mueller, he wouldn't. Would you commit to ensuring the special counsel Mueller is not terminated without good cause, consistent with department regulations, says Dianne Feinstein. She literally gave William Barr every reason to fire Mueller. It was not consistent with department regulations to utilize the Steele dossier. It was not consistent with department regulations for James Baker, the FBI legal counsel, to look at a Steele dossier before the FISA application. He was never part of FISA process. He said only once before, almost never. It is not consistent with department regulations to outsource Fusion GPS for the Democratic Party to outsource Fusion GPS and have DNC lawyers, by the way, speak to the FBI. DNC lawyers, you talk about being consistent with department regulations. Rumiko, thank you again. DNC lawyers met with FBI on Russia allegations. They didn't even meet with Trump. The FBI didn't notify Trump. Oh, yeah, by the way, we fear that there are people with him. They didn't notify Trump. DNC lawyers met with FBI on Russia allegations before surveillance warrant. Excuse me, how are you meeting with, so you have Clinton's law firm, one guy meeting with the FBI. You have DNC lawyers meeting with the FBI. That's not consistent with department regulation. Papa D, he's a lumberjack and he's okay. He drinks all night, works all day. I've heard that before today. Remainder omitted. Because exact. Papa D. We need to start a section, the wisdom of Papa D. Papa D has a great deal of wisdom. Thank you. Papa D. By the way, everyone, check out my Second Amendment channel. I have a really, really, really great segment with a 44 Magnum revolver. And it's really great. And I think the grouping, if you go to minute 1811, on that, you can actually see the grouping from 20 feet away. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Take a second right now, if you'd like, and click on minute 1811. Here it is, everyone. Minute 1811. Thank you, Roosevelt Media. Click on minute 1811, and you'll see it's pretty good for a 44 Magnum, 20 feet away, that I haven't picked up in 7 months. I haven't picked up a Ruger Super Red Hawk in like 6 to 7 months. The last time on this channel I picked it up, I did not do well, but it actually was the barrel length was different. And I didn't do it single action. It was double action, which always, you know what? Several people have stated, just start with single action. Anyway, enough of that. So go to minute 1811, ladies and gentlemen, 1811. And you can see Dirty H.A. Robert Clausen. That. It's awesome. You know, the other day, Robert, I was curling 110-pound barbells, and I have to. I'm going to put that up eventually. I want to get to 10 reps good, and I want to get that up eventually up on YouTube. King James, thank you. So, without good cause, actually, it's getting hot, so I got to take this off. Okay. Whew. The flannel got hot. Okay. So he added that if he denied Mueller any resources or requests, he would notify Congress of the matter. Great. But see, the thing with William Barr is this. You finally have somebody. You finally have somebody that uses basic logic. G-Man it is. Papa D, H.A. Goodman plus 44 Mac. Papa D. You're awesome. Rumiko, thank you again. So, I don't want a lot in life. I'm a simple man. Honestly, I'm a simple guy. I'm a simple guy. I don't ask for a lot in life. Really, I don't. I don't ask for a lot in life. Just use basic logic. That's all. Just basic logic. Thank you, Rumiko. Thank you. That means a lot to me because I'm trying to get better. Thank you. I appreciate that. But just use basic logic. That's what William Barr will do. William Barr, and even like I got to do my William Barr. William Barr speaks like really like a gosh, I can Senator, no Senator. Well, if there's proper cause, I will fire Mueller. He's basically stating he's going to fire Mueller if there's proper cause, but there's obviously proper cause. There's obvious. Ramala, hello, thank you. You know, when they ask him, like, you know, Mr. Barr, do you promise never to fire Mueller? Do you promise? Pinky promise? Do you pinky swear? Never, ever, 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 ever to fire Mueller, ever, ever, ever. And they're like, you know, and then he's like, "Your Senator, I would never fire Mueller, and I would never, ever do anything really bad unless there was a reason to do so. For example, if Hillary Clinton purchased the Steele dossier, and then the Steele dossier was used illegally to torment Trump, then yes, I would fire him." And it's like they don't care. And I also realized something, and Mark Levin said this tonight, or I guess I saw like a segment with a title. Have you ever wondered why the media doesn't look at things from a logical perspective? Have you ever wondered why the media is consistently wrong? They try to say that somebody committed a murder. I'm not going to get into it. A horrific murder. And then it was not that person. It was two other people. Then they said, you know, these young people were intimidating some. Oh, that didn't happen. Then they said, oh, well, Trump told Michael Cohen to lie. And if this is the truth, then it's the end of the Trump administration. Wah, wah, wah. It's not the truth. It didn't work out. And then BuzzFeed, after Mueller takes the unprecedented step of stating your report was inaccurate. What you said about Trump, that didn't happen. It was inaccurate. Then BuzzFeed says, well, we stand by our reporting, and We stand by our reporting, and we're just wondering, what exactly did you mean by everything we said was inaccurate? What exactly did you mean by that? It's like, he's like asking somebody, you want to marry me? And the person's like, no. And so it's like, so what do you mean by no? When I asked if you want to marry me, what do you mean by no? Can you elaborate on that? Luke St. Martin, thank you. And so, like, you have a situation, and then, oh my God, Paul Manafort, this is the Guardian. Paul Manafort met with Julian Assange. No, he didn't. No, he didn't meet with Julian Assange. No, he didn't. Would you commit to ensuring Special Counsel Mueller is not terminated without good cause consistent with department regulations? Senator Feinstein set up Barr to do whatever he wants now. None of this was consistent with department regulations. When was the last time a political party and a political opponent purchased a document for the FBI to start an investigation? Use it for the FBI to use to get FISA warrants to start an investigation and to torment someone. The bully is not Trump. Trump is not the bully. The real bully is the Democratic Party and Hillary Clinton, and really ultimately President Obama. But President Obama will never, ever, 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 ever get indicted or anything like that. He's removed himself completely. It's now Hillary Clinton will get indicted. Obama will not. Because everyone around him completely removed him from, even though he was a part of everything, even though he knew everything. And he presided over everything. And it really started with Clinton and operatives who were like basically operatives. James Comey was an operative. He worked for the Democratic Party. Peter Strzok, they all worked for the Democratic Party. This wasn't, a protocol. They weren't acting against protocol. They were acting illegally. It is not lawful. They were tampering with evidence by allowing a political party to purchase evidence. Let's see. What's the criminal code? Federal Criminal Code, tampering with a witness, victim, or U.S. Code 1512. Okay, so if you destroy evidence, conceal evidence, all of these people did that, but they hid behind bureaucratic protocol. But at a certain point, you're not hiding behind bureaucratic protocol if you're literally saying we'll stop it. We'll stop Trump. We will stop Trump. So, it's like, and then you have Anthony Weiner and the laptop. I mean, my God, it's never ending. Planting or tampering, let's see, planting evidence. Let's see, planting evidence. Federal Criminal Code. Destruction, alteration, or falsification of records. Oh, no, that's different. Okay. Destroying or concealing evidence. There has to be a legal violations in addition to what? Leaking classified data, which is what James Comey did also with the Comey memo. So Addressing police misconduct laws enforced by the Department of Justice. So this was this was tampering. This was fabricating. It's unbelievable how James Comey and Strzok and Page and all of them have been able to get away with this for so long. But again, they had the media. You cannot start an investigation. You cannot start an investigation using using a you can't stop an investigation using a dossier that was purchased by a political party. That is against any protocol, which is what they said. Well, will you promise not to fire Mueller unless you have some kind of reason or protocol? So it's really, it's I'm trying to look here at destruction of evidence, U.S. Code. Destruction, alteration, falsification of evidence, laws broken by FBI. Now we know this is this is beginning. FBI ignored law breaking to exonerate Hillary Clinton. But I've been saying that since 2016. Everyone knows this. By the way, John Solomon has a great article tonight. I'll read you right now. This is the beginning. Congressional investigators find irregularities in FBI's handling of Clinton email case. Well, of course. But now it's like we know so much more. It's not just irregularities. This is actual criminal conduct by Andrew McCabe. Forget about just lying under oath regarding the leaks. You have so many connections to Andrew McCabe. His wife got $800,000 from Terry McAuliffe and Democratic PACs. I mean, it's never ending. It's never ending. It's just unbelievable. So William Barr just has to use logic. I don't ask for a lot. I'm a simple guy. Just use logic and reason. That's it. And then the media will eventually turn. You understand? Now people on the left even are talking like I used to. Clinton was revered all throughout 2015 and 2016. Well, I was one of the few people on the left telling the truth, the absolute truth. They couldn't stand it. Hit piece after hit piece. They couldn't stand it. They tried to knock out my voice, but it didn't work. The opposite took place. The opposite took place. Report says shutdown is impeding FBI's law enforcement efforts. Well, that also hurts Democrats. Shutdown threatens national security. Well, if Democrats care, then they'll just give Trump the money he wants. 2013, FBI allows informant to commit 5,600 crimes. That is awesome. That is so awesome. Meanwhile, there's an FBI informant that said Hillary Clinton was the best friend of Russian lobbyists, and Russian lobbyists knew they could get the uranium deal through. But that's, they say, well, where's the evidence of that? Meanwhile, there's a mountain of evidence, and what's his name? William Barr said there's more grounds to investigate Clinton on the uranium sale and the beginning of the Mueller probe. So I'm trying to look here. So, I mean, it's at a certain point, William Barr is going to have to find. Rachel wins. I know you think Hillary got indicted, but do you think she will see the never? I don't think. I don't say never, but I don't think she will go to jail. I actually think that Trump, believe it or not, could pardon her. I know that's nuts. Elizabeth Luker, hello. Hello. Elizabeth Luker, hello. Rachel wins. She could see jail. I'm not sure. But I think that she'll find a way somehow, either through a pardon. There's always the chance she gets indicted, but the government can't prove its case for national security reasons. I don't know. That's always, and then they'll claim, "Oh my God, yet another victory," which would be horrible. But Barracho wins. I don't know. I don't really see her in jail, although she could eventually wind up in jail. So I'm not 100% either way on that, but I know she will at least get indicted. She committed crimes. So whether it's Trump offering her, pardoning her, who knows? But that would be absolutely hilarious if she had to rely on Trump to pardon her, which I don't know. She could see, I don't know. Yes, she could very well see jail time. I'm not sure, but I do know she'll eventually get indicted. That I know. Barracho wins. Thank you, as always. Thank you. She's committed so many crimes. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. So let's see. Graphics. I'll find this another time. So Barracho wins. Thank you. Let's see here. So John Solomon has a great article. John Solomon, The Hill. How the Clinton machine flooded the FBI with Trump-Russia dirt until agents bit. When at first you don't succeed, try again. That's when Hillary Clinton's machine did in 2016, eventually getting the FBI to bite on an uncorroborated narrative that Donald Trump and Russia were trying to hijack the presidential campaign. All William Barr has to do, ladies and gentlemen, he simply has to fire Mueller, saying, yeah, the origins of this stem from a Clinton outsourced dossier. That's it. Nothing's been proven in the dossier. Don't ever believe anyone that says, well, some of it, a lot of it's been proven. Nothing's been proven. Nothing. The dossier makes specific major claims, ridiculous claims, within the context of a grand conspiracy. None of it's true. None of it's true. Read it. I mean, you'll see none of it's true. How the Clinton machine flooded the FBI with Trump Russia dirt until agents bit. Between July and October 2016, Clinton connected lawyers, emissaries, and apologists, made more than half a dozen overtures to U.S. officials. By the way, didn't FBI officials and John Brennan fly to London? But between each tapping a political connection to get suspect evidence into FBI counterintelligence agents' hands, according to internal documents and testimonies. In each situation, the overture was uninvited. And as the election drew closer, the point of contact moved higher up the FBI chain. It was, as a classic case of information saturation designed to inject political opposition research into a counterintelligence machinery that should have suspected a political dirty tricks underway. If Peter Strzok was part of counterintelligence, you can rest assured that every single intelligence agency on the planet has all our secrets. Peter Strzok would be the equivalent of someone opening up the door to your house and allowing every criminal in. Counterintelligence, you're supposed to counter others' intelligence agencies. You're supposed to protect our secrets and get theirs. The opposite is true. Oh, here we go. Alexandra. I give zero about pushback from other Democrats. Yeah, right. You haven't even drafted any Medicare for all legislation. It's like debunk myth about 70% marginal, then write it into a law. Forget about the debate whether 70% marginal tax rate is there's utility in it or it would tank the economy, hurt the. Forget about the debate there. Let's assume Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is right. Then draft legislation. It's so simple. You're in the House of Representatives. Draft legislation. Where is this? Where's the legislation? Where's a bill that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is going to propose? Where's the legislation? That's why, Nancy, do you think that a threat to the Democratic Party? Prawn D, HA, hope you're having a good one. Prawn D, thank you. Thank you as always for watching. Hope you're well. Thank you. Thank you. If I say to you, I love you, I love you, I really care about you, I love you, and then I run you over with my car, well, then that doesn't mean that I really care, does it? If I say, okay, but this is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. If I say, oh, I really care about you, I love you, and then never call you, stand you up on, you make dinner, I don't show up, all of these things. Okay, so if you really care, Democrats, all these like fight the oligarchy and the 1%, where's the legislation? Where's a bill? Where's a bill?
How do you make a bill? Let's go to just 5th grade stuff here. How a bill is introduced. How a bill becomes law. It's in the House. How a bill becomes law. The bill begins. Laws begin as ideas. These ideas may come from a representative or from a citizen like you. Citizens who have ideas for laws can contact their representatives. If the representatives agree, they research the idea and write them into bills. The bill is proposed. When a representative has written a bill, the bill needs a sponsor. The representative talks with other representatives about the bill in hopes of getting their support. Once a bill has a sponsor and the support of some representatives, it is ready to be introduced. The bill is introduced. In the U.S. House of Representatives, a bill is introduced when it is placed in the hopper, a special box on the side of the clerk's desk. Only representatives can introduce bills in the U.S. House of Representatives. Oh. The bill goes to committee. When the bill reaches committee, the committee members, groups of representatives who are experts on topics such as agriculture, education, or international relations, or Medicare for all, review, research, and revise the bill before voting on whether or not to send the bill back to the House floor. If the committee members would like to be informed before deciding if the bill should be sent to the House floor, then the bill is sent to a subcommittee. While in the subcommittee, the bill is closed, examined, and expert opinions are gathered before it is sent back to the committee for approval. The bill is reported. When the committee has approved the bill, it is sent or reported to the House floor. Once reported, a bill is ready to be debated by the U.S. House of Representatives. This is really fun. This is really fun. Maybe Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez can write a bill about Medicare for all, since she wants to fight the oligarchy, man. She's so amazing in every way. They're so scared of her. Oh, she gets hit pieces by the Daily Beast and the Washington Post. Oh my God, she's frightening the system. The system. The bill is reported. The bill is debated. The bill is voted on. When will a Medicare for all bill be voted on? When the Messiah comes. The bill is voted on. There are three methods for voting on a bill in the U.S. House of Representatives: voice vote, division, recorded. If the majority of the representatives say or select yes, the bill passes into the U.S. House of Representatives. The bill is then certified by the clerk of the House and delivered to the U.S. Senate. The bill is referred to the U.S. Senate. If it's yay, then the bill is sent. If they vote on it, then the bill is sent to the president. So why don't they write a bill? How much time do you have to spend on Twitter before people realize, because there are people who give their heart and soul to political ideas, some completely nonsensical, some completely ridiculous and absurd, some I think are just not feasible. I do not think Medicare for all is feasible. I do not think that Democrats are going to double to triple tax rates or ensure that tax collection are doubled or tripled according to the Mercatus study. But let's say they would just increase tax rates by 30 to 40% or 20%. Why hasn't anyone written a bill? Why hasn't anyone written a bill on the left to abolish ICE, Medicare for all, a green economy bill? Just write a bill. If you're serious about it, then do something about it. Inga Hicks, hello. If you're serious, do something about it. Write a bill. Where's the legislation? Where's the drafting of legislation? It's like unbelievable. She didn't know where Mitch McConnell's office was. Did you hear about this? Mitch McConnell office. She went to the wrong office looking for him. So
It's like, in any way, whatever. Where's Mitch? It's like, well, okay, that's not really going to work that way. Like, if I was in Congress and then like other congressmen or women tried to like say like, you better look at this, I'd be like, closed door, you're not coming in. Have a nice day. Then they could like, just have MSNBC. Oh, Congressman H.A. Goodman, he's not letting us in his office. Like, whatever. Revco, did you see SCOTUS is taking up a new 2A case? GOA, Gun Owners of America is awesome. I'm a part, and they actually were very, very kind, and they thanked me for joining, and they're very kind. They're awesome. I like them better than the NRA, actually. Gun Owners are fighting in New York, and it's going to SCOTUS. Now let's see where it stands in court. I'm going to look that case up. I'm 100% against these red flag laws. They're red flag laws. They're like pre-crimes, like it's like sci-fi stuff. Revco, thank you. Revco, thank you. And also thank you for watching my Second Amendment channel also. Thank you, Revco. Thank you. George Rivera Jr. No field agents ever saw the dossier. It was not subject to review or the Woods process. This was a complete fabrication on the 7th floor. Yep. Complete fabrication in every way possible. Complete fabrication. That's why I say if Mueller, if they choose to Woods procedures were named by Michael Woods, the FBI officials. Okay, well, you are 100% right, George Rivera Jr. Nunes memo raises questions. Did FBI violate Woods' procedure? Of course, they violated every procedure. This is the beginning of the year. Now, he needs to turn up the heat, William Barr, to the Trump administration. He has to turn up the heat regarding this. Because then Democrats will have to focus on their legislative achievements, which will be nothing. All we heard about was Medicare for all. They're not writing anything about Medicare for all. Okay, so the point here, there are strict rules requiring that each and every fact presented in an FBI request to electronically spy on U.S. citizens can be extreme vetted for accuracy and presented to the court only if verified. Woods' procedure were named after Michael Woods, the FBI official who drafted the rules as head of the Office of General Counsel's National Security Unit. They were instituted in April 2001 to ensure accuracy with regard to the facts supporting probable cause. Prior to the Woods procedures, incorrect information was repeated in subsequent and related FISA packages. Just like this. This is a criminal. You have to put McCabe, James Baker, James Comey. They have to risk jail time, and then it's Clinton indictments easily. She can get indicted. I think that she will get indicted. I think the writing's on the wall, so I am predicting that. But will she see prison time? I'm not certain about that. She could. I'm not certain about that. She deserves prison time, unlike Trump, who deserves no prison time for he didn't commit any crimes. He actually deserves 2 terms because he's actually a good president, a very good president. A very, very good president. Bringing Americans home is a very good thing. Peace between North and South Korea is a very, very good thing. North Korea summit, second North Korea summit on the horizon. So, for the first time since 2010, South Korea defense report. This is interesting. Get ready for the North Korea's next summit showdown. So you have a great deal of progress being made. Then of course, the media doesn't care. Will Kim Jong-un visit Seoul this month? South Korea is holding its breath. So, I mean, it's like Kim Jong-un letter to Seoul asks for more summits in 2019. This is fantastic. I mean, it's just fantastic. And instead of the media saying, "Hey, this is, amazing," the media is just focused on nonsense, BuzzFeed nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Oh, here we go. Newsflash: Medicare for all and equal rights aren't trends. Then write legislation. This is on Twitter. 53,000 likes on Twitter. January 20th, 2 days ago. Aaron Sorkin on Democrats. Newsflash: Medicare for all and equal rights aren't. Then write legislation for Medicare for all. When people complain about low turnout in some demos, it's not because communities are apathetic. It's because they don't see you fighting for them. Then fight for them. Where's the Medicare for all? If we don't show up for people, why should you feel entitled to their vote? Well, are you going to pass any Medicare for all legislation? Where's this legislation? And then we hear, someone should tell him economic anxiety ain't what elected Trump. This is one racism did. No, racism did not. If racism played any role, Clinton would have been indicted or elected. Here we go. $63 million people didn't vote because of racism. They voted because Hillary Clinton's a criminal. Clinton referred to black youth as super predators, not Trump. Clinton took prison lobbyist donations as a Democrat. Clinton spread a photo of Obama in African attire. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Stephanie Johnson, thank you. I may have been distracted or missed something, but whatever happened to the unredacted FISA documents that POTUS has been holding? You're 100% right, Stephanie. Thank you. By the way, you're 100% right. I think he's holding out on them. I mean, Trump is probably holding out until he gets an attorney general that'll help him, which is William Barr. So I think that's the issue. Thank you so very, very much. Stephanie Johnson, thank you. Everyone, thank you. God bless. I will see you. I might see you a little later on tonight as well. Thank you, everyone. To my super chat, you give me every incentive to rock these live streams. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And thank you so very, very much. Have a great evening. Thank you.